reggae. I born reggae.
I mean, not even reggae, just like.
Well, I used to be. I only dance to Naya Bingi, but I did admire music out there. One of the whalers was my cousin. Yes, Peter Tosh. Before I come to Melchizedek, I only knew what the white world taught me. I come to Melchizedek to learn the truth of myself. And by learning the truth of myself, I know the truth of my people. I speak Melchizedek's teaching because I accept Melchizedek's teaching as real. That's what I speak. I have a niece and a nephew who have white mothers. They have the same mother. My brother, who's their father, tells me of their behavior towards him. And all I can say to him, they belong to their mother. So you have to just take where you get it. I have, because I am a product of the world coming into this new life, I allow my life to be guided by the teachings of Melchizedek. The first time I crawled to Melchizedek on my hands and knees, I recognized him as my ancient father, who knew more about me than I know about me, because he had not lost his memory. I had. Therefore, I hold on to his teachings as the truth of myself and my people. I don't know how to reconcile with your student with the truth that I know to be so. She, within herself, has to find that reconciliation. I cannot find it for her. Maybe in another 100 years, when I have learned more and when I am as high spiritually as Melchizedek, I'd have a better answer. But for now, that's the best I can do with what I have.
So
I have nothing to do with them. I know nothing about them.
know nothing about them.
No. I'm Rastafari. I'm not a Christian.
Right.
I am Rastafari. The Bible and the hymn book are used as tools because that was accessible. Just like His Majesty Haile Selassie used guns when he had to in Ethiopia. He's not a violent man. But the people were coming at him with guns. Sometimes he used bees and wasps, whatever he had available. Melchizedek had the hymn book and the Bible available, which the people could recognize and relate to. So he used that as a tool to gather the people. And then he brings us his teachings, which is before Bible, before hymn book. The tools. They're used by the Christian world as tools to capture the people. Melchizedek has been trying to use them to help him to release the people. One time I had an encounter with the head of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church in Jamaica, or the assistant, I think. There's a picture in the newspaper of me and him reasoning at King's House. I didn't even know the picture was being taken. There was a group of us went to King's House one year to agitate for our freedom. And I'm standing there talking to this. I talked to many people that day, but the next day there was a picture of me talking to this Abuna. And they were saying Orthodox, and I don't know anything about the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. I know that the Ethiopian Orthodox Church was the church that crowned His Majesty, because Ethiopia is governed by religion. Melchizedek is not religion. It's a liberation movement with a church as a part of it, because the people need a church to go and clap and sing. Because we've always been a people who glorify and celebrate, and that's a part of our tradition, that's a part of our ancient culture. We used to gather around the fire and dance, and that's where the young women and the young men would choose each other, and That's our way of life. So the church is like binging. You see out there, so those celebrations that I tell you about, that's where we celebrate them, out there, bingy ground. The drums go out there and the altar's made up, and that's where we chant bingy all night. That's how we used to do it in ancient times, you know. And we have light a fire up there, so and we have a big fire burning, and where drums are playing and clapping and chanting, and yeah, celebration. And the young people can look at each other and size each other up. That's how we've done it from ancient time.
Is it one man, one wife here?
Yes. The principle said, the prince and the princess would come to the God of love. They will become one flesh, and thereafter neither to cleave to any other flesh. That principle is read out 6 mornings a week. It's a whole 4-page principle. That's just a part of it to do with that question. Mm-hmm.
And for example, things that you use to clean yourself, is it naturally grown? Do you don't, and what you used to like clean your clothes?
I use soap.
Regular?
Yeah, but on my temple, I'm very specific about the soap I use. I find a soap that, to the best of my knowledge, does not have pig. Most soaps have something from the hog, the pig. So I try to find a soap that doesn't have harmful chemicals to put on my temple, to use on my temple. If I can't find such a soap, I use herbs, like aloe vera, tuna, that kind of thing. But I don't use the ordinary soap with perfumes and added stuff and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
How do you clean yourself with tuna?
If I'm going to bathe with tuna or wash my locks with it, I grater it, because I don't have a blender in my house. I grater it and juice it and use the juice. I do the same with the aloe vera sometimes. Like when I've been ministering, at the end of my ministering, just like the end of when the daughter reached a certain stage in her 21 days journey, she purges and she uses aloe vera. That's the midday Psalms reading you've been hearing. That happens 3 times a day, what you're hearing now.
Is that something we can choose? Is that something we can choose? Can choose?
In the morning, when that happens, we do a kneeling meditation. In the evening, when it happens again, we do another kneeling. Midday, if it's appropriate, do a prostration meditation. Just lie there. How many times a day? 7 times a day. Yeah, it's a prayer. It's, you know, the
Your beliefs,
Ethiopian
the
beliefs.
statement of beliefs, right?
Right, and hopes and, you know.
Aspirations.
Aspirations, yes. There's a part in it that I glorify, that we aspire to fulfill these things. Thy blessings to us, the humble be fed, the naked clothed, age protected, sick nourished, and infants cared for. That means no pain. That holds me in the creed every time, because that's what I aspire to. Live in such a world where these things are real. That's what we're working towards, such a world. And our guide are the principles set by Melchizedek. Because Nyabingi order is a meditation order. Everything. In the beginning was not the word. In the beginning was the meditation. The word followed the meditation. So you see, Nyabingi order is before the Bible. And the Bible starts with the word. Nyabingi order starts with the meditation, which produces the word. And then it manifests in fact. So we're before Bible. Our tradition is creation. That's where we're moving towards. That's the aspiration. To move towards our creation state, where we were at one with the rest of creation. No separation. That's what civilization has done. Separated people from the rest of creation. That is why so many aspects of creation is becoming extinct, because people think they have the right to earth, the white world. African people did not think like that. That's why we did not make the so-called progress that the white world did, because we did not destroy the rest of creation to build up ourselves. We lived in harmony. For eons, we were living in harmony with creation. We did not destroy one thing to try and invent something else. That's white world.
Where you keep your literature about...
Yes, there is a small library. It was
Small.
big one time. You see, when King Emmanuel was here in that temple, when Melchizedek was occupying the temple called King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, the people came, and a lot of the people were really reverencing the man, not his teachings. So when he moved out that temple out of the way, a lot of the people went back because they weren't taking in the teachings of the man, which is what it was about. They were worshipping the flesh, not the spirit. Now the few of us who understood that it was the teaching of the man that was going to redeem us, we are still hanging on. But a lot has gone because they didn't get the fullness. So they've gone back into the world. When the judgment lick and Britain and America start burned down and mashed down, it start already, some of them will find their way back to redemption ground. That's why I have to keep repairing things, and so that when they do come, and when new ones who've never heard of King Emmanuel, they are really the ones who will make this thing fulfilled. The ones who are seeking truth. That's what it is for me, life and truth. That's what this journey is. It's about life and truth. Truth of self. Because without knowledge of yourself, you have no knowledge. You can read as many books. You can read the University of the West Indies. You can read out the whole of the University of the West Indies. They have a library just on Rastafari in there. You can read all of them books. I think you know everything about Rastafari. But unless you live Rastafari, you know nothing about Rastafari. Because the reality of Rastafari is not intellectual. It's real. It's living. 24/7. That's why I live here, and I don't live in my house to the west of the island.
It was available, and that Bob Marley kind of misused his tool because he had the ears of the people. Is there any artists that you guys think?
I born reggae. I born reggae.
I mean, not even reggae, just like.
Well, I used to be. I only dance to Naya Bingi, but I did admire music out there. One of the whalers was my cousin. Yes, Peter Tosh. We share grandfathers. Yes, we're next door village. I was born in the next village to them. Our paternal grandfather we share. You see, all music has an effect on the human being. All music. The music you listen to plays a great part in how you live. What you're taking in, everything you take into yourself affects what comes out of you, how you perform, how you think. It's not just the food you eat, it's what comes into your ears, what goes in your nostrils. Everything that's coming into you is affecting the being that you are. So we have a chorus. That we sing it every morning. It goes, it's a great change since I was born. 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 One more verse. The things I used to do, Lord, I do them no more. place I used to go. My Lord, I go there no more. Oh, things I used to say, Lord, I say them no more. It's a great change inside. That's my life. I take that very seriously. The person I was 25 years ago, I am no longer that person. I no longer eat like that person. I don't wear like that person. I don't travel like that person. I'm a different person. I am Melchizedek's daughter. I live Melchizedek order, which is open to everyone. So the music I listened to then, I don't listen to it anymore because it's not appropriate to my new life. It out there, especially by black people, is not uplifting. It's destroying.